Alright, bringing you another Deep Rock Galactic video. Today we're actually going to be talking about the gunner and autocannon builds. Someone in a previous video had reached out and said, hey, can you do that? So here I am, I'm doing it. So let's take a look. So we're going to go to the gunner. Alright. And we're going to be talking about autocannon builds. I know right now Lead Storm for the minigun is the hot tip. And I know that Burning Hells is the other overclock that's super good. Kind of taking some of the spotlight away from our autocannon, and I know that the Hurricane has a couple of nice builds as well. So autocannon is not as popular these days, but that's alright. It's still my favorite personally. And the first build that we're going to be talking about is this, the Neurotoxin payload. This is without a doubt the most popular build, and it's for good reason. It's most likely, if not the best. If you're really into optimal, most objectively best, blah blah blah, this is for you. Challenge me. Go ahead and pause the video and go Google and look up other videos. You won't be surprised. I did some Redditing. I reached out to someone who does a lot of 6x2s. And then if you just try it for yourself, you'll see why. It's rather good. So the way that this works, and it's a little different than I think the other builds, it's a dot build, damage over time. The idea here is that you want to shoot the enemy, preferably like grunts, right? Slashers, that kind of thing. You shoot them so that they get poisoned, and then you stop shooting them. What you need to do is you need to let the poison damage kill them. I don't think you need to apply it more than twice. I think generally just once is enough. And the poison, it also slows, so not only is it doing damage over time, but you're getting some CC, give you a little bit of breathing room, right? So that's pretty great. And then look right here. So, of all the mods, I feel like the first three are kind of up to you, and I really think these are the two that maybe are a little bit more necessary. This one in particular I think is necessary. So chance to scare creatures next to a bullet impact, and then this radius actually benefits fear. So these kind of work hand in hand. And basically you're going to hit stuff, they're going to get poisoned, they're going to get scared. Hopefully they go in the other direction as you. But as they're running away from you, they're taking damage, and they're creating space so that you can shoot other bugs. So basically you just want to like spray or paint the bugs with the poison, and once they're quote painted, you move on to the next. And that's basically how this works. Not much else going on with it. This isn't my favorite, but that doesn't matter, because this is what the internet says is the best, and this is what people who are doing the highest difficulties also say is the best. I believe it actually works better in difficulties that are higher, where they like double the amount of, those 6x2. The more monsters there are, the better this works. So, yeah, this is pretty great. I don't talk a whole lot about these first three. If you go online, you talk to people, I think the majority are going to say that the expanded ammo bags are the way to go. It is a ton of extra ammo, and I think as just a generic strategy across the board, especially when it's in the first two tiers, getting the extra ammo is the best choice. I don't know. I think, especially with the Neurotoxin build, I don't think you need that much ammo. The cool thing about this build is that it's the most, it's got to be the most economically advantaged build ever. Like, the economy is insane with this. That's kind of how the dot builds work. So you got to spend a little bit more time, waiting for that dot to kill them, but you're saving all the ammo. So, even with that said, I'm not even sure if I would recommend this for group play. It's not that you can't. You certainly can. Yeah, you absolutely can. You could do anything you want in this game, honestly. But I feel personally that this is a little better for solo play. That's what I think. And I think if, in groups, I think coordinated groups, this is probably very good as well. But I think if you're going in with randoms, they're going to shoot the stuff that you poisoned, right? Let's just be real. They're going to shoot the stuff that you poisoned, negating like the effect, the purpose of You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think it's better in coordinated groups or by yourself. Um, so okay, so back to this. I just always like uh, larger magazine size. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's double. Um, that's yeah, I mean, you're just gonna be shooting bullets for days, and with 440, and you're pff, it's plenty. Like I don't see why you need. I don't think you need that much, and yeah, I just think that these two are better options. But yeah, the internet's gonna say this for probably all the builds. So the thing with the accuracy, yeah, I know. I think in other videos I've talked about how like improved accuracy is usually not super beneficial to you, but I think like the biggest reason to run this over probably this one is if you're going to go with the internet's probably going to say these two. Rate of fire, it's just a raw, what was it, like +2? Yeah, +2 rate of fire. Yeah, that's just raw, and I think the other one's like when you charged up, you reach the max rate of fire faster. I think this is like a little bit more consistent. Um, so it's probably these two, but I like this. And not just specifically for the drill dozer mission at the end where you have to like shoot the tips or whatever, but this gun, you could try as hard as you want. It's just I don't think the spray pattern, right? If I can quote myself from Counter-Strike, I don't think the spray pattern is consistent, or at least I've never found it to be. Whereas when you get this, I think it makes it a little easier to figure out, and I think it also increases the gun's effective range. So I like these two personally. And then when you come down to here, you can get rate of fire, splash damage, or some more hurt. I think especially with this one, I think more hurt is the way to go. But I don't know. I feel like this tier is almost like, at least for this build, it's not as important. But all right, so there it is. There's your. So I think maybe that's the way that people would go. That's your neurotoxin payload build. That's the best one. I really think as long as you do these two and this, you can't go wrong. And these two, or all three of these, are just kind of extra. So can I talk about some other things so I can make this video stupid long so that no one wants to click on it? I like Big Bertha. This is single target. So I would switch to this personally. Yeah, it's single target. This is the most damage you're gonna get for this gun. You know, this thing is kind of like a splash damage machine, and this kind of converts it into a slightly more single target machine. Big Bertha has never been the #1 build. I think it's always been a close second or third. And I've been playing the game for like a year and some, and it's always been kind of just behind whatever the leader was. When I first started playing, the leader was actually Carpet Bomber, CB. When you go online and you read things about Carpet Bomber, people just say that it got nerfed and that's the end of Carpet Bomber. I don't think that's true. I just don't think it's OP anymore, and I think there's a difference between like nerfed and unusable and nerfed and put in line with the other overclocks, and I think that's what that is what has happened to this one. But yeah, if you go online, people will just be like, no, it's nerfed, it's gone, don't use it. So instead what they'll say to use over Carpet Bomber is splintering shells. I personally never liked the Carpet Bomber. Yeah, I realized how good it was, and it still is good. But I think this one's a little bit more middle road. You're not sacrificing anything, and you're still getting like that AOE. So, you know, if I were to put things like in order, you know, of what I think you should do, or at least try, that if you're going for like optimization and, you know, objectively the best overclock, it's going to be this guy. I think splintering shells and Big Bertha are close second and or thirds. I can't really talk about combat mobility. Carpet Bomber is quote dead, and I don't think this has ever been good. So yeah, those are really your choices: Big Bertha, splintering shells, and of course #1, Neurotoxin payload. Alright, so I hope that helped. I hope that kind of gives you an idea of what I'm thinking, what the internet thinks, and yeah, I don't think I need to do a showcase of this because it's the autocannon. You guys know how it works. So yeah, if this was helpful, please let me know, and if there's anything else that you would like to see, yeah, put it in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and please stay tuned for more.